Hello YouTube, family, friends, and subscribers. Making a little buck stew on a wood fire. I've got dehydrated celery and carrots in there, minced garlic, onions, homegrown onions and homegrown potatoes, and some canned buck stew will go in there in a few minutes, some home style noodles, and of course salt and copious amounts of black pepper. This is on the wood fire, and this is turned down as far as it'll go right now. It's kind of a slow boil. The stove is still fairly stoked and it'll be cooling off. To get the temperature down, I do this little trick. If your stove is too hot, you can use a trivet. Now I make my own trivets. Put my hot glove on here. I make my own trivets out of hammered copper. You can see that there's just a piece of copper wire and it's hammered flat. And the longer the coil, the more heat you transfer. And you can make different trivets. Start out with maybe a foot long and just make a circle all the way up to 5 or 6 feet long, and the more coils you have, the more heat you'll get out of your trivet. And I'm thinking about the time the potatoes are getting close, this is going to settle down some, and if it's not, I'm going to go ahead and pull it off the stove for a bit. Sometimes I'll just pick it up and set it over here on the edge like that, and she'll just cool right down. And in 15-20 minutes or so, the fire will be just right, and I'll set it on the back burner with it shut down all the way, and it'll be mixing in all those wonderful flavors together. Just to show you the state of the fire, in case you're wondering. I have to open up that back damper so it doesn't put smoke in. It's about stoked half full. You see how by setting that over on the side like that, it just slowed it right down to a slow simmer. Some stoves you can really shut them down good. This one's as good as I've ever cooked on. I've got another one that's a 4 burner, and it was just so big it took up half the kitchen. It was actually 8 burners total. I still have it. It's a monster stove, and it has a wood-fired oven. And we may end up going back to it. After all, my wife gets kind of claustrophobic, and we end up pushing walls out around here and making things bigger. She always wanted this wood stove with the old corrugated roofing splash behind it, so that's what we built. We got some corrugated roofing from one of our old barns and brushed it down good, and she wanted one with just the right character, and you could see some of the rust and you see the oxidation, but that actually got brushed down really good and then a clear coat over it so it could be washed easily. Now over this stove, it used to be over there, and that hood is going to go in a cabinet right here over the stove, and from where you see that vent hood now all the way over to the corner is going to be a big cabinet, and that vent hood is going to be hidden under the bottom of that cabinet. And then coming off, hanging off the cabinet on that burnt brush beam is going to be a big iron loop that actually holds all of the pots and pans. We have quite a collection of cast iron. You know, Dutch ovens. I mean, a reel. I don't know what you call this, but I always call them a Dutch oven. You do so much with them. I guess a real Dutch oven, you can actually make biscuits on top of your pot. But this one's nice because when you're doing a roast, all the moisture goes up and collects on those little buttons, and the idea is it collects there and it drips right back down on your meat, and it really does work. Cast iron's the way to go. Meat just doesn't taste right unless it's in a properly seasoned cast iron skillet. Just gotta have them. So that's my spiel. Buck stew tonight, and then a home fellowship meeting. We're going to be looking at Romans 13 and how this is going to affect our life. Have a great night.